All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rookie Corner episode 25. And I got with me the guest, Julie from WishedUponAVlog. Want to say hi to everybody, Julie?
Hello, everyone. Thanks very much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is going to be quite fun. I was hoping to be your very first live stream, but Odin beat me to that. That's good. I love bringing people into the live streaming zone. Once people get started, they tend to like to do them a lot more. And it's fun being a guest because you don't have to set up all the equipment. You just got to sit and you can sit on your couch and just respond to people. Very fun that way, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I've sort of figured it all out, because I just assumed that I couldn't go live. There was something wrong with my Mac computer, but it just turns out it was me that was the problem all along. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, there's always something, and I don't know. I really wish that the videos that come up on YouTube for tutorials would be more informative, because all the ones they do usually just go, okay, you click here and then you go here, but then you do this. But then on the screen, they said 3 things, but they're doing 6 things on the screen, and then you're like, but do I need to do what you just did? And it's always confusing, but anyway, so before we get into any topics today, we're going to be covering, we're going to be talking about the EU thing with Article 13 and 11 a little bit later. We're going to talk about some upcoming movies that are coming out. Maybe a little bit Captain Marvel, just for old time's sake, to put that under the bed. I mean, I've avoided talking about Captain Marvel in my last 3 streams. Yeah, and just a few other things every now and then, and just some topics. We'll bring Geoff TheIronWolf in a little bit later. But to start off, why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel, Julie?
Yeah, I've opened my channel pretty much about a year ago, come April, and I started the channel because I love Disney and Star Wars, but my channel sort of stemmed more towards Star Wars and Marvel. I love Star Wars and Marvel, and I think one of my first videos was showing like my Black Series figurines of Star Wars, the 6-inch ones. And yeah, I'll just do like movie reviews and trailer reactions and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's good. The pop culture craze. I love that. I do pretty much a similar thing. I do similar things except for reactions. I was gonna do something like that, but I'm like, I'm so uninteresting when I react. I'm like, yep, and there we go. And okay.
But some people actually prefer that though, because you know what? Sometimes when I do trailer reactions, I get a few comments saying, why does this woman not just shut up? Why is she talking through the trailer? She should just sit there and say nothing until it's over.
That's so weird. I mean, I thought people like the stop and go commentary in a way.
Apparently not. Some people tell me just shush until it's over.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel too, because I'm like, I haven't seen the whole trailer yet. Why would I, stop in the middle when it's going? If anything, I almost want to critique trailers in a way, because there's so many that start so weird. Like I saw the Dora one, and this is just one of many. This is the most recent, where it like starts a trailer, like she's jumping, and then it cuts to the title, and then it starts again, and then it also shows that same clip again. Who thought, before we start the trailer, let's show a clip and then start the trailer? Like,
yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. We got the not even my final form Jeremy in the chat. What's up, man?
Hello.
First time I've seen you on one of my streams. I like that you're coming around. And It's a Trap Productions. He's got a cool gaming channel.
Cool.
And whatnot. And people will trickle on in. Drunk 3PO went live now also. So people might be checking him out and bouncing back and forth probably. So
yeah, I was about to say there. C3PO is probably drunk. Drunk C3PO.
Yes. Have you watched any of his stuff?
I have, yeah. I always find it so funny when I see his little icon profile come up with the comments in one of my videos, and I always like sometimes write back like, thanks, drunk C3PO.
I love it. Yep. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Funny, like.
Yep. Do you have an alternate Jeremy account, by the way? Because there's so many of them. Who knows who's a Jeremy? The Geeks and Gamers Jeremy parody accounts.
Oh, sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to someone in the comments.
No, you're good.
Do you mean like on Twitter or on YouTube? What do you mean?
On Twitter or YouTube. I think some accounts are on Twitter, some are on YouTube, some are on both.
Oh, and they're like people trying to pretend to be Jeremy or something, is it?
Yeah, like, proper Jeremy?
Yes, yes.
There's proper Jeremy. We have a Jeremy, one of the Jeremys in the chat right now.
Yeah,
They're not even my
Anna.
final form. Yep, and proper Anna. She's more of a parody of proper Jeremy than Jeremy or Anna, I would say. I made an account, Noob Jeremy.
Noob Jeremy.
So I'm a rookie, so I'm like, I'll go with something like that on there.
Yeah, because I've seen proper Jeremy on your lives as well.
He comes around all the time. He's on almost everybody's live streams.
he's a proper man.
Yeah, he's a proper one. If I were to send him a link, he'd probably come on in. Like he's that available.
Yeah.
in a good way. In a good way.
Oh.
But no, it's funny. I'm gonna make a few fake accounts because there's a few live streams that I saw some people and they're like Anna and Jesse, and they're like just doing some funny images, like still images. I'm like, oh my gosh, just make a good parody account. Like Jesse Milestone with a lightsaber, and Anna was like chugging with the wine glass, but I think it was juice or something, but it looks like wine.
Yeah, like, I've seen that. Was that like a week ago or a few nights ago?
Yeah, I think that was like a week ago.
Yeah, because I kept asking her, Anna, what's that? What's that you're drinking? But she maybe didn't see the I'm always very intrigued. Is it just me? Like, you know, when you watch someone on a live stream, like even if Jeremy's on a live stream or Josiah or anyone, I'll be really nosy because I don't know why, but I want to know what someone's drinking. I'm like, what are you drinking? I always ask.
No, I know what you mean. And it's like,
is that weird?
Yeah. See, I would be drinking on my streams, but I am such a novice with drinking in general, and I'm pretty picky when it comes to alcohol. Like I don't like most beers.
I don't like beer at all. It's horrible.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, it tastes like piss. Like it's not good. It's not good. I'm more like vodka. I'm more like vodka or scotch or something. A little mixed, some type of variety, some type of good drink. We got Nerdettes newsstand in the chat. I looked at It's a Trap, and this one. Yeah, I haven't seen Nerdette around in a while. But yeah, what's up, Nerdette? Yeah, she's got a busy schedule usually with things. She's one of the comic skaters and whatnot. Does great news articles. I think she just news articles, news videos, and comic reviews. Does that whole shebang. She's improved a bunch in the last year. She's gotten like to 3,000 subscribers, I think.
Is this Nerdette's newsstand channel?
Nerdette's newsstand, yeah.
How do I like check out her channel then? Like if I was wanting to like keep it for later, like how do I?
You can click on if you're on your computer, there should be 3 little dots by her name. You click on it, and then it says go to channel, and you can just have that open in a different tab. You can check out channels later.
Brilliant. See, this is how bad I am. I told you I was terrible.
Yeah. That's all good. That's all good. And then we got Drawing for the Fun of It in the chat. He's also got a great channel. He's a really small channel, but he is rising. He's a great artist, and he covers like top cartoons, and he reviews other people's YouTube channels.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. Actually, it's quite different, isn't it? Sort of like instead of like looking at other people's like reactions of movies, he's actually sort of reviewing other people's channels. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, or I think he just started doing that, but he said he's going to do a lot more of those. So that's cool. I like seeing the variety of channels coming around, different content. But yeah, so speaking of which, what was I going to say? So upcoming movies. There's a couple upcoming movies coming around. But before we get to that, I'm pretty sure, you did a review of Captain Marvel, I think. What did you think of Captain Marvel?
I haven't seen it, and I will not.
Same here.
I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like, I've done quite a few. I suppose fans of hers would call it hate videos, where I would call them common sense Brie Larson videos, where I have spoke about her nonsense and brought up proof of clips of her nonsense. But I just thought her whole attitude just was disgraceful. The way she was speaking about people and the way she was getting on in interviews, like she pretty much never seemed thankful or appreciative that she got such a big role in a Marvel movie. Like if that was me, I'd have been going, oh my goodness, I can't believe I got this part. All the Avengers are amazing, and I'm nothing compared to them. But she's been getting on like, I'm the queen. Why doesn't everybody go and see my movie? Like that's not something I want to go and pay my money for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, she doesn't seem humbled at all. She seems like, oh, well, of course I got it. And I don't really care. I mean, I don't need it. I don't care what people think of me with it. I'm just going to say all these things. And it's just, I mean, even if like Chris
Absolutely.
Evans or even if Chris Evans or anyone else, does something wacky outside of the movies, it's usually pretty tame and doesn't directly insult anybody for the most part.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty chill, and if they ever do, I'm pretty sure there's some footage of them saying some stuff that people would get rubbed the wrong way, but then they come right back with some charm and make you go, I can't hate you for it, so that's cool.
It's just I just don't know with that woman. Have you seen her her new Netflix film that she directed herself by any chance? Did you see the trailer for that? It's called Unicorn Store.
She's a Netflix film. What?
It's called The Unicorn Store. I swear, like type it in. I swear.
Unicorn Store. I'm gonna bring that up and I'm gonna have everybody else look at that too. That seems weird. The Unicorn Store. What the heck?
Sounds interesting, like, doesn't it?
It doesn't even come up on. Okay, there we go. Okay, it just looks corny, but all right. I'll bring up the screen share for everybody. They can take a look as well. Is it coming up okay on your end? You see my screen?
My end, no. It's just your profile picture.
It might take a second for it to come through. It's coming through on the chat. It looks like okay. Yeah, so we have Brie Larson in Unicorn Store, or the Unicorn Store. Is it where she sells unicorn products, I assume?
It's so bad. I didn't even know what to take from it, like, to be honest. Like, what do you even say to something like that?
This looks like a fan film, like that would be on YouTube. Okay, welcome to the store. She's got a little look. I'll admit, at least in here, and at least some of these images, she looks okay. But God, she
looks a wee tiny bit happier, like, doesn't she?
Yeah, a little bit. Like there's a glimpse of a smile. Like that's good. Like I could see that being like a mom in a movie or something, in a character. She looks more grateful for this role than for being Captain Marvel.
Isn't that odd?
Looks like, wow, I'm glad. Thank you for having me do this, Captain Marvel. Blow it out my butt. Like that's pretty much her attitude. Oh my gosh, that's okay. So it's a girls club store. Okay. Did you read the synopsis on the movie at all, or what it's about?
I just watched the trailer and that was enough for me. My boyfriend told me about it, right? And the next day he said, like, please do a react, like, tell me, like, I'll tell you the name of it and go on and type in Unicorn Store and do a reaction. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she has a movie? And then I did a trailer a reaction off it, and I couldn't believe when her name came up as the director. I'm like, she's directing her own movie.
And Sam Jackson's in it. What do you know?
Yeah, it's almost like they must be dating or something at this stage. I mean, they've been in that, was it Skull Island or something like that? He was in with her, and then Captain Marvel, and then now this little Netflix award-winning thing she's doing.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, they're in Skull Island, they're in this and that. Oh my gosh. And this image right here on the IMDb page looks almost like Captain Marvel and Nick Fury as far as how they depict in the trailer. She's looking at him like, ugh, and then he's like, that seems to be the thing. Let's see what it's about here. A woman named Kit receives a mysterious invitation that would fulfill her childhood dreams. That's the pitch. Oh my gosh.
It's so weird because, like, see in the trailer, when you see Samuel L. Jackson walking toward her, he almost looks like he has like lots of like sparkly hanging glitter stuff all over his hair. It's just, it seems so bizarre to me. Like, when I hear the word unicorn, I think of like a fantasy type tale movie. Not what that looks like. It just seems so strange. Like a unicorn store. I don't know. Yeah,
it seems very unfun.
Seems sketchy.
I would almost think that they'd go the extreme and make it like, in the fairy tale land of wherever there's magic and stuff, and then there's but you could do it out of place, but I don't know, doing things in the modern setting with the mystical aspect usually isn't that good. Harry Potter's like the only one that does a modern setting with magic pretty well.
I love Harry Potter. I was actually at the the Harry Potter studios in London there in November, and you should have seen me. Like, Geoff, I was walking around the whole place with my mouth hung up, but it was so magical.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have not been over there. What do you think of Fantastic Beasts?
The Fantastic Beasts, you know what? I haven't even seen it yet. I literally went to go to the cinema to see it, and I just didn't get to go. But I really do want to watch it. It's because I absolutely love Jude Law, and he was in it, and Johnny Depp is literally like I'm sorry if you don't like Johnny Depp, but like
the actors are fine, but oh my gosh. So this is a thing that that's on my it spawned this thing where okay, so the Fantastic Beasts, my mom was trying to tell me about a movie that she saw, and she's not usually that much into film. We don't really talk that much about it, but she really wanted to tell me about this. I'm like, well, why? What? She's trying to describe the movie to me. She's like, there's like magic, and there's a council, there's like a magic Congress, and then there's these things that she's describing the Fantastic Beasts, and I'm like, I have no idea what she's talking about. And then at some point she was starting to say things that I'm like, oh, maybe that's the Harry Potter prequel thing she's talking about. I haven't seen it at that point either. And she said it was on TV, and she's like, you need to watch it with me. I'm like, well, okay. And we turned it on, and we're watching, and I was bored out of my mind. It seemed the look was very dull and like just gray-ish. It takes place in America, like early America, or like 100 years ago America, and he's got like all these animals that are just kind of running amok out of a suitcase. And
you're gonna laugh at me, Geoff. Can I just say something? See, when you asked me,
sure,
my head was thinking of The Crimes of Grindelwald. I haven't seen it, but I have actually seen The Fantastic Beasts, and I will be honest, I actually watched it back when I had Netflix, but I no longer have it in the house I've moved into. But I thought it was a bit kind of disappointing, and it was all over the place. But Crimes of Grindelwald, I was meant to go to the cinema and see it, and I just didn't get around to seeing it. And when I wanted to go and see it, it had already stopped being played. But like, yeah, that Fantastic Beasts was a bit disappointing. It was kind of all over the place. I think they didn't really know what they were doing with it.
Yeah, it just seemed, one, I mean, I didn't like it being in America because it just seemed to have, I don't know, in London or wherever they took place in the originals, just seemed more, I don't know what to say it was. It just felt right in a way, with the accents and with the setting, it just seemed to fit. And then you go into America and it's like, oh, we're here again. Like, okay, let's go back to the mystical world. That was better. And
there's an actor in it. Do you know his name? I don't know if you've ever seen a show called The Goldbergs. Have you heard of that show? It's like an 80s show.
I've heard of the show, yeah, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, right. It's just because there's a guy in it, and it's him that's actually in the Fantastic Beasts. Oh, it's going to annoy me now. It'll probably come to me.
I'll look it up. I actually have IMDb already open for this. So I'll just look that up now. Fantastic Beasts. You want to know the director, you said?
No, it's a guy. Hold on. I'll actually search the name of... I don't want to close any of these windows. One wee second. Goldberg's cast. I'll know his name when it comes up here. Oh, for some reason. Oh, there he's there. Let's see. If you type in Dan Fogler, Fogler, and you'll see an image of him. He was in The Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah, the big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in a program called The Goldbergs. It's so funny. It's like an 80s sort of set show.
Okay. Yeah, that I don't know. With Fantastic Beasts, at least, I don't know. It seemed so bizarre. They were like, they wanted them to walk into that pool that like kills themselves. But then they're like, they put people that commit mass crimes in Azkaban.
It was weird, like
in other prisons, and just like, what the heck? And the rhino was like chasing him around.
Oh, that part. Yeah, do you not think that there was just too much animal stuff going on? I know that sounds weird, but like when you watch the Harry Potter films, you kind of go to yourself, they do it, but they don't overdo it, and they do it right. And I know obviously it's called Fantastic Beasts, but at the same time, like, I just think the whole rhino, the whole animal stuff was a bit like too full blown in it, if that makes sense.
Well, the thing with the Harry Potter did well was that they made everything seem pretty mystical. Like you'd see, Harry's reaction to everything happening and be like, whoa, like what's that? So then we kind of feel like, whoa, that's big. And
Yeah.
the way they shoot it and play the music makes it seem big. Like when we see Buckbeak for the first time, you know, it's like, that's not just a, oh, look, it's a little bird. It's like, no, that's a big beast here. That's a, you know, they talk the creature up. The other ones, like, stuff just falls out of its infinite basket, and it's just okay. And then I don't know. See, my idea when I heard the title Fantastic Beasts, I'm thinking, okay, so this is like in the future or past or just in the present or whatever.
Yep.
And maybe they're like going into the magical forest, and you know, maybe the government's gonna try to, you know, destroy all the beasts because they think they're too dangerous. So then this guy is gonna come in and he's gonna try to rescue all the beasts or something, do a Noah's Ark type thing, you know, but with the forest. That's kind of what I thought, or something. But no, I think that'd be a more interesting type of story, I guess, maybe, compared to this. It's just in a suitcase, and his suitcase doesn't close, but you have magic. How can it not close? I mean, if anything, duct tape? I mean, I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I remember even, like, when I would talk about it with people, like I was buying like Harry Potter stuff in like a clothes store here, and I remember before it came out, like obviously I didn't see it in the cinema, I seen it on Netflix, but the girl was like, oh, I love Harry Potter and everything, and I was like, yeah, I might watch that, like Fantastic Beasts or whatever, and they were sort of like thinking, yeah, I don't really get that, I didn't even know it was part of Harry Potter. And that's like someone who was like a Harry Potter fan. They didn't realize, like, well, what is it, when's it based, you know, that sort of thing. It didn't really kind of explain before they brought it out very well, I don't think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. This seems like they could have called it non-related to Harry Potter at all, and that could have maybe been its own little movie, and it would have been okay. But you know, the fact that people are tying it to Harry Potter, it's like,
doesn't really. It was a big disappointment for me, if I have to be honest. It kind of feels that way, like what you're saying. Like, even though we know it is, but you kind of go to yourself, I kind of still see it as a completely different film. I don't know if it's just me, but
yeah, well, it doesn't feel feel like it's in it at all. It feels so boring and detached. And yeah, some colors pop, but then what'd they call the Muggles in America? They're like, what they called them something else, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
they had a different word for them, and it was like, we don't need more words for this. No, we don't. None.
Have you read the books? I haven't. I've never read the Harry Potter books myself. But
I did. Yeah, I read all the way up to the like halfway through the 7th one, I think.
Yeah,
I read it.
Are they pretty realistic to the, like, all the characters and stuff? Like, do they stay true to the
I mean, sometimes there's some things they leave out, but I mean, it kind of makes sense that they leave some things out. They're going to change things for a cinematic presence and different feel, and the, you know, different type of story to go with. They especially in Goblet of Fire is the main one that I know that they did a lot of changes.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, they changed a lot of things from the book. Dobby was supposed to be more involved. There's more things going on.
I love him. He's so cute, Dobby.
Yeah. But to be honest, I don't really remember that much differences. I mean, other people, this was a long time ago when I read them.
I know, yeah.
And I also played the PS1 video game of Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, which were fun. Did you ever play those?
No, I never played any of those, no.
Yeah, those were pretty fun back in the day.
Oh, cool. I'm sure the quality was amazing too.
Oh my god, no! If they could have a remastered one, that'd be great. But that was the other thing. Even in that game, they would cast a spell every time they do like an attack when they're in a duel, and then in the Fantastic Beasts, they just go pew pew pew, pew, and then they separate. They turn into dust, and then go. It sounded like a lightsaber. Yeah, they go pew 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 pew. It's like a gun basically, and then it's also like they just turn into dust real quick and float around, and then boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, this is the most uninteresting thing to see visually, like, at all. Aren't they supposed to cast something and think on their feet? Isn't that part of the thing? They're supposed to think on their feet and what to do, because Expelliarmus is like the quick one, and then there's like Stupefy can, you know, make you dumb, I guess, and I don't know. You can do something to affect the opponent in some way. So, but then this, it might as well just be bullets coming out. But
it is a bit of a shame because I can't remember the name of the lead actor, but did he have like it was like a ginger type sort of hair, wasn't it, that he has? I think he's great, and he seems like a really nice, down to earth person in general, like in real life. But it's just such a pity because I think he's a really talented actor, like in my opinion, anyway. So it is a pity that the sort of went a bit off on it, like, you know, because it could have been good, you know.
Yeah. The potential that they squander with.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna address the chat real quick. We got Abu Nas joining up in the chat. He says, jumped in real quick to support my bro Rookie and his awesome guest Julie. Do you know Abu Nas? He's the guy. He's the guy who he's the Raylo Slapper and the Shield Devastator. You know, the rapper, kind of the rapping about Star Wars guy. Yeah.
I feel so bad because like I don't like recognize the profile image, but like I'm so sorry if like because sometimes I recognize people's profile pictures and sometimes I forget. Like I'm so sorry if I forgot you.
That's all good. Caitlin, the keeper of the Jeremys, is in the chat. She might link some people if she wants. And then Living My Rhapsody is in here as well. Says, hello, my lovelies. Hit that like button on your way in. Yeah, she's awesome. She does lots of Game of Thrones coverage and books. She like does book reviews and conversations on her channel. So that's a good one to check out.
Well, I actually don't live far away from where the Game of Thrones would be sort of shot a lot. And I've been on the tour a couple of times, and I'm actually with like it's like not an acting company, but it's more like, you know, for like extras and stuff like that. And they actually asked me to be an extra on the show twice in November, but unfortunately life sort of got in the way, and I just wasn't. My dog had a couple of operations. He's okay now, like, but I just couldn't have left him, you know, that sort of way.
Yeah, wouldn't have felt right.
No.
Wouldn't have felt right, but that would have been cool.
It's good, like, yeah, pity.
Yeah, well, I think more films will be shot there and TV shows because I assume there's great land there for shots and movies. I would assume. Yeah,
absolutely. There's a place called Ballintoy Harbour. I'll actually write that in the chat in a second, but it's in Ireland, and honestly, it is beautiful. And they actually shot some scenes there in the water. So I'm just gonna type that in case anybody would be interested. And the Dark Hedges as well, they used in Game of Thrones. That's really famous. A lot of people come to visit the Dark Hedges as well. And there's another place called Tullymore Forest as well. It is absolutely breathtaking. It's about 45 minutes away from me, and in amongst there, that's where the direwolf pups were actually born. So it's really interesting, the tour, actually, because, you know, they sort of tell you all about it and everything. And I think absolutely it has definitely opened up. Everybody over here says this. It's opened up so many opportunities, because you think of how big HBO Game of Thrones has become. So everybody's going to want a piece of the pie, and there's so many beautiful places here that they can use, you know.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that sounds great. That'd be great to get some shots there. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hope that'd give a lot of people that live there opportunities for film jobs as well.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's to be honest, see, since Game of Thrones has been since they started sort of filming, you know, it's sort of been that tourism has really, really skyrocketed. You know, because everybody's come. Do you know, I went on the Game of Thrones tour, and the first time I went on it, there was 4 people that came the whole way from Japan just for one day, just to go on the Game of Thrones tour in Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, over here in the West, I think there's some parts that are decent to shoot, but it's usually cities. What's funny, around my town, they shoot a lot of things that they'll say is New York, or that they'll say is like China or some other places, but it's just like in Oregon.
Yeah.
So they'll say, "Oh, we're in New York City," and it's like, no, you're not.
Aww.
All right. But I think it's been a little over half an hour since we started. I think a lot of people might want to hear about the EU stuff, so we'll switch it up for now, and then we'll get back to movie stuff in a little bit. But I just brought in Geoff TheIronWolf to educate us on the EU stuff. So how's it going, Wolf?
Oh,
yeah, baby.
I know you love that, Rookie.
I know, man.
What's going on?
You need more howls, man. You're the Iron Wolf. Like, all your videos just start with you going, "What's up, everybody? It's the Iron Wolf." Oh, just like a huge howl because you're in your truck, you know, and then just, you know, start going. All right, let me tell you how it is today. Boom. And then
hey, I gotta have a shtick, man.
Yeah. See, Jeremy can't do the howl because he does his video, so you can do the howl, and then that'll be
yeah.
your
But
call.
Jeremy has that coming to you with another video.
Yeah, but you can have a deeper voice, Hal. You know. Somehow.
But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all want to hear about EU directives, right?
All right. Yeah.
Yes,
So
please.
the EU has passed.
Yeah, directives 11 and 13. Now, full disclosure and disclaimer. It's not law yet. All it is a directive to the host countries who are in the EU to make laws to conform to these directives. So it's not going to happen overnight. This is going to take a while.
Okay.
All right. Well, Directive 11. That would be the link tax. That's basically, let's say, Rookie, you, me, or our nice young lady, who this especially affects since she's in Ireland, want to do like an article, and we want to link to that article, and we're in the EU. We'd have to pay a tax to use that link, and that tax is set either by the country or by the corporation you're trying to link from. So it could be €1, it could be €100.
Wow.
Just to have the link in your video.
Yes.
How would they? Go ahead, Julie.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was just going to ask, like, does that mean inside the actual video on YouTube, or does this also mean
any kind of link? Any link. Any kind of link in video, in the description. If you use a hyperlink to that article, boom. Now, if you actually use the article in the video, that smacks into Directive 13, which is the copyright. This will destroy meme culture in Europe. And I am sorry for you in Ireland, because this really affects you. Any picture, music, anything that can be possibly copywritten is now going to be taken pretty much by and large the person who started it. Like, take the Pepe meme, for example. The first guy who created the Pepe meme can actually go back and charge everybody for copyright infringement in the EU. That's how stupid it is.
How would anyone just be able to charge it? Like, how would you pay, and how would you just charge? Just is there
no,
going to
they
be
can copyright claim you, like on YouTube. Let's say, Rookie, you use in your own video, you use the spirit bomb in your section 3 of your skit.
Yeah.
Koreana can come back and copyright claim you now in
what
the
the
EU.
hell?
If you're in the EU. Yeah, I kid you not. Anything that can be identified to Dragon Ball Z can be copyrighted by the Dragon Ball Z corporation if you originated in the EU. That's how stupid it can be.
Like even the sound effect of the pew,
yeah,
all that. Oh my god.
Yeah, all that can be copyrighted in the EU. Now, for the short term, there is a workaround. Get a virtual private network, and you can basically set your IP to the US and basically tell the EU to go screw itself. But I'd be willing to bet there are a couple of countries, because it's up to the countries how draconian they go. I'd be willing to bet the countries like Hungary, Poland, at best will pay lip service to it. Or they'll say, our copyright laws are fine. We're not changing them. Screw you, EU. Because it's up to the individual countries how draconian they go.
Well, so within the EU, you're saying, with how they do it. So Ireland, like, could have the stuff get passed, but it could be like softened in a way. You're saying?
Yeah. But the thing is, Google is probably going to go by the most draconian law in the European Union and set their filters to that so they don't get sued.
Oh, so they get limited anyway.
Yeah. I mean, when these laws start getting passed by the host countries, Google is going to be like kid gloves. It's going to be kind of like China. And I hope the EU doesn't turn around with VPNs and go, oh, yeah, by the way, we're banning those, because that's what China did.
Wow. Well, Julie, I'd say, why don't you ask him if you have any questions that you're concerned with your channel or anything. I'll ask him some questions later. But if there's anything you want to say, go ahead.
Well, there's a couple of things, but you know where I'm really confused? What way would this then work? I know that they're saying that this is in videos, but what way is it going to work for actual thumbnails? Because all my thumbnails and many other thumbnails and people in the community that I'm in would have, say, a picture of someone from Star Wars or a picture of Brie Larson from Captain Marvel.
Lucasfilms and Marvel could come in and copyright claim and take all your revenue, or have those videos removed.
But does this only affect people who are monetized? Because I'm not a YouTube partner at the moment. But
it won't matter if you're monetized or not. If you're not monetized, they'll just strike you, or they'll force YouTube to put filters in, which if you have those kind of thumbnails, you won't even be able to post it.
Wow. So really what way it's going to work is all my thumbnails that I have now, because they have pictures of celebrities or Star Wars or Disney, I will then have to change those or delete those videos, I'm guessing.
Or get rid of the thumbnails.
Well,
yeah.
Could there be a grandfather?
I mean, eventually.
Could there be a grandfather? Go ahead.
I doubt it. I mean, once the laws go through, it'll just be like a big clean sweep through Europe of all that stuff. Like 4chan will be gone. All the meme generators will be censored out. I mean, this is going to be a blanket censorship. Pretty much by control me.
You kind of cut out there a minute ago. You still there, Wolf? No, he's probably going through a tunnel right now. He might be driving.
Yeah, I think he said he was driving his truck or something.
You're coming in and out, Wolf.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
All right, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, no, breaking in and out now.
Yeah.
You might be in a bad signal right now. Beep boop bop, beep boop bop. Beep boop boop beep boop bop.
He's R2D2.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't catch any word you said. Just beep boops and beep bop. We can hear you trying. We can hear you trying to say, "Can you hear me now?" But then you break up as you say, "Can you hear me?" And then you break up into robot.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
That was the clearest. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right, my signal. Yeah, my signal brought back in. Well, the thing is that in the EU, it's all going to depend on the host country laws and how the corporations bend and move to those laws. But overall, yeah, it's going to be a feeling out period, and more than likely part of my language is shitstorm. And for guys like me, Rookie, and the Founding Fathers, our ability for you to see our content, if it has any of that stuff in, will be completely...
Right.
Like take, for example, I did a video about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. #2 is coming out. I have 2 photos in between my, my little symbol thingy that has the titles of both games. Under Article 13, you all won't be able to see that, but I won't be charged or collected because I'm in the United States and we have First Amendment and copyright laws.
Huh.
Hmm.
Well,
so the European Union is going to be tuned down to basically vlogging with no pictures whatsoever.
wow.
So what way is this going to work for, like, see, if people are trying to come to my channel and say, Julie, this is only the EU, but what way would this work for, say, a YouTuber in America who's monetized and they're talking about, say, Alita Battle Angel, and then the next minute they bring up a transparent photograph of Alita Battle Angel? What way does that work? Is it the same?
In the United States, nothing happens. Your ability to see that in the EU will basically be censored. You won't be able to do it unless you use a VPN.
Oh my
It'll
goodness.
be blocked.
Right, YouTube would probably hide the images from you or from the searches altogether or something.
To me, it's so strange because...
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, Drawing for the Fun of It has a question in the chat for you, Wolf. He says, unless you have proof that you took that photo yourself, basically you would have to do a selfie with them to make it work. You have to prove that you own the picture. Yes,
basically the amount of copyright stuff that is going into this is mind-bogglingly insane. Like let's say if you want to use a picture of Brie Larson, you would have had to snap that photo and prove you snapped it.
Oh my god.
That's how stupid
it really is. So stupid. Because imagine, right, you're saying about Brie Larson, right? So okay, if there is a big massive cardboard cutout of Brie Larson at a cinema, right? Does that mean that I'm looking at something that's copyright? Am I going to be charged money? Like, you're going to go into the cinema in like 5 years' time and they're going to say, that's such and such dollars, right? use dollars, so I'll say dollars, for this movie, and then there's another $5 because your eyeballs are going to be looking at copyright celebrities. It's like, wise up, it's ridiculous. You know, it's getting to the point
that's the gray area. It's more towards social media. I mean, all this boils down to the lamestream, aka mainstream media, trying to throttle independent content so they control the narrative. They're trying to shut us up.
Is this
and using copyright to do it?
Is this going to be Twitter too? Because I've heard that
this is all social media platforms, all of them.
Instagram, Facebook, everything.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, 4chan, Reddit.
Wow.
Oh, and it gets better. Have fun trying to stream a game in European Union.
Yeah, it's not
You're actually going to have to go to the game developer and have the game developer literally acknowledge, yes, they're allowed to stream this. They're one of our certified streamers, and they're allowed to stream this game and show gameplay in the European Union. That's how stupid it's going to get, or it could get. It hasn't really been written yet, but this also completely affects Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch would be, because that's where everybody goes to do their streaming for games. So, like, how's that going to work? Like, people are going to be so... It's going to start a war. Like, this is going to be such crazy stuff when it goes...
Oh, it's going to be a freaking mess. Because the thing is, the countries still have to write the laws, and we don't own how far down their reach.
Right.
I mean, some countries could be like, hey, whatever, we're not changing our stuff. Some people could go full-on dictator and the guts at social networking.
You're going robot again. I heard you say dictator and then...
Yeah, all right. Well, what I was saying
we hear you.
is, like, depending on the government, they could go full dictator and just rip the guts out of social media and freedom of expression. I mean, this is just the EU right now, but the ripple effects are going to be felt around the world.
Well, I was actually going to mention the ripple effect. So I know that we can obviously view this as a negative thing all around the world, but I think that in a way, especially give this a month or two down the line, we'll be able to see the results of the EU law being passed with the Article 13 and 11. Do you think that other regions, other countries will see how horrible this is and how ineffective this is for anything, and that they'll all move to go against it and somehow move to, influence them to try to change the law in the future, or
possibly,
or at least completely prevent it from happening in other countries?
Actually, I think certain countries are going to follow suit, like New Zealand and Australia. I think they're going to follow suit.
Ooh, if Aussie goes, that's going to take out another big chunk as well. Wow.
The United States, I wouldn't be surprised to see the progressives try a stunt like this, only to get it completely crushed in the House or the Senate. Like the Green New Deal today. If y'all didn't know, AOC's madness just got completely stomped flat in the Senate. It's dead.
Wow.
57 against, no defending, 43. We're here, but we're not voting.
Oh, geez. Well, Julie, do you have something else you wanted to say real quick? Otherwise, I was going to address the chat in a minute.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I mean, how would YouTube find, like, videos that I have had up for, say, 1 month of me showing clips of evidence of Brie Larson being an idiot, right? How would they find that? Would they have to sit and dig through my content to actually find that where I'm talking about that specific clip?
They're gonna institute an algorithm, and it's just gonna start going through all sorts of data, and if it finds it, it's gonna snap it up and get rid of it.
It's like if they see the words Captain Marvel in your title, then they'll obviously check that out. Gotcha. Or if you say
they'll
Captain
look
Marvel,
at it. Now, if you're just talking, you don't see any pictures, you're probably okay. Now, if you're referencing an article and you start like reading, a paragraph out of the article, but you never show it, they'll still slap you for it.
Wow, I have so many videos like that.
So, Wolf,
yeah.
What I think, so I know like this is as bad as it gets, but I do think that there will be ways around it, and that people will find a way to adapt to it.
I'm
not saying that it's good, but I'm saying at least until it can hopefully be fixed, but we can obviously look that it's probably going to be this way for at least a couple of years.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, the quickest way around it for European Union is to get like Virtual Shield, a virtual private network where you can basically block out the EU, set your IP to something like somewhere in the US or like, Russia or somewhere else outside of the EU, and then you can look and do anything you damn well want and basically tell the EU, blow me.
Would there be a way in the EU, like if, let's say, somebody in Ireland or whatever other countries are in the EU were to, like, if somebody in there were to make a website of their own, let's just say it's very well financially backed by, I don't know what to compare it to, like YouTube or something. Like, let's just compare it to Google, but even though it wouldn't be as big as Google. But I'm just using a comparison. If they were to have have a website up, and if people were to use that website or that function, like let's just say an alternate YouTube, would they be able to work their way around that law, or would they still have to fully abide by it?
It's like trying to get around U.S. laws. You still have to abide by them. Once the country set the laws, you can't just up and go around them. You're still part and partial to them. You can't subvert the law, rookie, like that. That's like trying to subvert that's like trying to subvert one of our constitutional amendments.
Well,
You're not going to do it.
I'm just checking because I don't really know the specifics of that stuff, especially in other countries. So,
well, like I said, the only way I know of is a virtual private network where you can basically block out Big Brother and do your own thing, and no one can really tell what the hell you're doing. At least as long as the EU allows them.
Right. Yeah, this is what I've been saying too. I've been telling other people, Wolf, the last couple of days that people should watch your content because you've been talking about this for like a year now, and other people have, or however long it's been. I say a year, even if it was less than a year, but still. You've been talking about this for a while.
I would also say, more than me, watch Jeff Cullen / Computing Forever. He's another Ireland native, and he is he's well far and beyond more versed in this than I am. I usually get a lot of my information from him. But I just loved it when, Ivan and Jeremy, Geeks and Gamer, started sounding the alarms like, I've been doing this for months. Where the hell have you guys been?
Yeah, I'm like, more people should watch your videos, or at least consider involving a little bit of politics in their videos sometimes, if it could infringe on entertainment, at least.
I tend to be the political ear out of the founding fathers. It's just for the sheer fact of it's the culture war is spreading into politics, and politics affects everything.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the EU. They just got their civil liberties completely shit upon yesterday.
Yep. Not good. Not good.
I think as well, no matter whether Brexit goes ahead over here where I am, it's not going to matter because this whole entire storm is just going to happen no matter what.
Oh, Brexit is not going to do anything to Ireland because Ireland's a separate republic and still part of the EU. So Ireland's still stuck in the middle of it, whether they like it or not. Though, from what and for what I've seen from Jeff Cullen, they're all about being in the EU, and I'm just like, well, the good thing is that the way the EU is being run right now, most people are saying it won't last past a decade. It's going to crumble.
Yeah.
Well, wait. So, hold on. So, would this affect like their film entertainment at all? Like, if they have TV shows that are made in Ireland or movies that are made in Ireland, and they use props or whatever things from something, are they going to be copywritten on all that, or is this just more specifically to social media?
Maybe, I don't know. That's up to the individual countries, but that is entirely possible. But we'd have to see. But usually, if people are using props from somebody else, they've already cleared it from the person who originally made it beforehand.
Okay.
That stuff, that kind of copyright stuff is done way in advance of it actually being shown.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. The Price is Right reviews in the chat says, with Article 13, then it's our move to legislate YouTube, Facebook, etc. Because though I'm a conservative, but now international law, it's going to infringe on our Constitution. This must stop. Or thus must stop.
Well, as far as infringing on the Constitution, it's not going to infringe upon our own borders and in the Western world, because even Canada's looking at this and going, you're out of your freaking minds. We'll never do this.
See, that's what I'm thinking too.
Even Justin Trudeau's going, yeah, no, this ain't happening. Our people are going to have the freedom of their expression. And for anything like Directives 11 and 13 to happen in the United States, it would have to go to the Supreme Court. In fact, they'd actually have to overturn the First Amendment and most of our copyright laws and fair use and all that, which there's a slim chance of it happening, but I call it a snowball's chance in hell. So the USA, we're fine for now, but I wouldn't be surprised that the progressive left really try to shove this, especially with Silicon Valley trying to do tech censorship on Twitter and all that crap.
Wow.
Boy, right now the Supreme Court will probably, if it goes before the Supreme Court and all this, they will probably squash it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's crazy. I don't understand though, because like, see, when this is completely implemented at some stage for certain copyrights in America, what I don't understand is there's a big channel, right? It's this girl called Beyond the Trailer, and she literally does tons. I mean, by the day, she's doing trailer reaction upon trailer reaction and movie reviews, and she's bringing up tons of articles on screen. She's bringing up tons of, footage. So, does that mean then that people like her are just going to have to just completely leave YouTube because that's what she does? It's weird.
Is she in the European Union?
No, but I'm saying, like, is this eventually not all going to go to America at some stage? Because
it might, but it's going to be a dogfight in the United States. It's not going to go over as easy as it is in the European Union, because I can tell you right now, even though the ACLU's been kind of dodgy lately, they'll flatly fight against this. You'll see so many demonstrations screaming out about the First Amendment and copyright laws that even the progressives will have no choice but to fold. Trust me. The corporate globalists who are doing this in Europe know damn well if they want to do this in the United States, they're going to have to go for the long game and the slow war, because if they just try to brute force into the United States, we're going to slam the door right in their face.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, I know obviously, like, I mean, I heard that somebody was saying that obviously YouTube don't actually want this to go through and don't actually want this happening, but at the same
YouTube,
time,
this screws YouTube, because the thing is, I forgot to mention about Article 13. It's not you who's liable when you put this content up.
It's YouTube,
It's YouTube who's liable. They have to pay out. So this is millions upon millions upon millions of lawsuits that they're not going to want to do. So they're going to have to put in algorithms and draconian control in the EU just to save their own asses.
But this is what I don't get. I mean, at the same time, I know it's sort of kind of, the storm does very much fall on YouTube itself, but at the same time, I'm sort of sitting back and saying to myself and looking at this logically and thinking, right, hold on a minute, right? YouTube is a platform. They are a platform. So to me, and I know it's probably my silly way of thinking, but to me, one rule should be the same for everybody. I mean, it's not fair, for example, say someone in Ireland or someone in Scotland or Wales can't put up a photograph of Brie Larson, but someone in another country can. There should be some implementation there where, YouTube should be able to turn around and say, well, we can't just say that for this country and that country. There should be something there. It's weird.
The problem is that the EU is acting like a super sovereign nation versus YouTube, who's based in the Silicon Valley. In fact, I used to live a stone throws away from the YouTube headquarters.
Yeah.
And Google. I mean, I know exactly where Google's headquarters is. It's in not Morgan Hill, or is it? God, it's been so long since I've been in the Silicon Valley, but I've been past Google headquarters. I've been past YouTube. I've been past most of these headquarters in my lifetime. I used to live in Los Gatos. It's right outside of San Jose, where a lot of these tech corporations are. My mother worked for Sun Microsystems for 15 years.
Wow.
So, believe me, the tech giants are kind of with 11 and 13 between a rock and a hard place.
It's bad. It's pretty bad. I
mean, YouTube, as much as they want to lean left, they're still about, this hurts everybody, even the people who we like. This isn't about left or right. This hurts all content creators. And it's squeezing out the independent sources like you, me, and Rookie versus places like CNN, MSNBC, Fox.
Yeah, well, the YouTuber you were talking about earlier, the Irish guy, I subscribed to him recently, and seriously, like what I got from the video that I seen, and I actually sent it to Geoff earlier today. What I got from that was YouTube's going to end up, it's just going to be an entertainment outlet for people like IGN, Fox, and all these places, and YouTubers could just go and stuff themselves. That's what I got from his video.
That's generally what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, the larger content creators who create this stuff first, and we're the ones, using their stuff, they're going to run roughshod over everybody else, at least in the EU, and it's going to trickle down.
Yeah.
What's up, Angus?
Hey, what's up, Paul? Thank you, Rookie, for letting me join in. I really, didn't want you to feel obligated. I had at least a few questions to ask. I might have to jump in and out a couple times.
Angus, did you see what I posted in our little Twitter thread about that one U.S. senator?
Not yet. I'm intrigued, but besides the quick video I did to update people, I've been pretty uninvolved today on social media.
But when you get a chance, watch the video and enjoy the show, because Senator Tom Lee just became a troll hero. His power level is well beyond 9,000.
He's the one talking about the Raptors and Aquaman or something. It's awesome. I was watching EBS, Ethan Van Sciver talk about that.
There was no context
this morning.
when I saw it, but yeah. Your name's Julie, right? WishedUponAVlog?
Yes, hello.
Hi, yeah, I'm Black Angus, longtime buddy with Rookie and Geoff. I think I hit you before on YouTube, like, hey, we should do a live stream, and apparently Rookie said you just weren't informed how to do it, or what.
Well, no, I don't know. There's lots of different confusion going on with that stuff. But you said you had words of creation to keep on creating.
Yeah. Because I saw your tweet that you and D-Day Cover retweeted saying that you might like nuke your channel because of the article. I don't know if you thought of this or anyone's offered this idea, but if you have like a friend in America, perhaps you could get around the EU thing by by recording and then sending it to like an American-based like IP or address or whatever to upload, so it always shows up as an American creation.
Well, Angus, you can do that, or you can do something like Virtual Shield, where you can actually set up your own virtual private network and set your IP to something in the United States, and then you can use the internet just like you would. But that's
how do you do that?
Just go to Virtual Shield or look up Virtual Private Network or VPN.
But how do you gotta look up like partners? Like, I'm not a partner at the minute because I don't have enough watch time. But say in the future I want it to be a partner. Surely then, if I put my bank details in for Ireland, would they not be like, who's she trying to fill? Like, what way would that work?
No, VPNs are global. You can use them anywhere.
Oh, so they'll not know? They'll not notice?
They don't care. It's a private business.
Right.
It's like having a VAST.
So that could be an option for me in Ireland then?
Yes. A virtual private network is totally open and you're allowed to use it. And
I
you can set it to where... Yeah, well, you can set it to basically no one can see your shit, even your own ISP. You can set your... You can IP mask and block. You can do all sorts of shit with a virtual private network.
Is it legal though? Like, I've never heard of this before. But
it's totally legal. Jeff Cullen uses one.
Oh.
He reps for Virtual Shield all the time.
This sounds like an idea I need to look into.
Definitely. We don't want you to feel like giving up on YouTube or creating your own content, because there's, like I said, I think they'll be pushing this on and it will restrict a lot of people, but there's always ways around it, always ways to adapt, always ways to keep something going.
Julie, look up virtual private networks. Trust me, it is the way to go to get around this crap.
Well, the reason I offer the like actual American posting idea is maybe at least a backup to that idea, because I foresee what do you call it? Sorry, one moment.
All right, go ahead. He's dealing with his kids. Yep. But in a little bit we'll change up the topic to movies again and stuff. But I figure this is the
if all else fails, reach out to one of us. We'll put your stuff up on the Fandom Collective. We don't care.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, our website that we have joined it together is the Fandom Collective. We have our own channels and our combined one that's kind of like a High Council based one, but specifically a channel. And we're actually going to I have 3 or 4 people that sent promotion or that sent videos that they want to post on there. So you'll be seeing you'll be seeing other YouTubers, big and small, posting on our channel for a bit. So that's always good to get your content out.
Hey, Rookie, just on an off thing, though, I'm going to hold off on my lightsaber stuff until I can pay for a video editor that doesn't have a watermark through it all the time.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's fine.
Hey, Julie.
Also one other thing I got to plug. If y'all don't know in the chat right now, I have a GoFundMe going on. Look up Fandom Collective Star Wars Celebration. I kind of fell on some hard times, and I have the tickets, but I don't have money to actually get there.
Well, yeah, Kaylin's in the chat. She's my mod. If you want to go to IronWolf's Twitter, I think he has his GoFundMe posted on there. If you want to post
No, but I will make sure when I stop, I'll send it to her because I have her on Twitter.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but, she'll link it for us.
Or look under Jessie Milestone because she posted it up on Twitter.
Okay.
But yeah, like right now, I'm trying to hit 750, but that's so I can actually go in and talk to the guests who are going to be there. And I'm trying to work it out with world-class bullshitters that if I hit the $750 mark, I will wear the same turkey suit that Dion wore around for Horror Hound in Indianapolis. I'm trying to work it out. So if I make the 750, I will for at least an hour or two walk around wearing the turkey suit.
We need a wolf wearing a turkey costume. That's how that works, man.
Yeah, hey, before I go real quick, what I was going to say, Julie, sorry for my daughter interrupting.
It's all good.
What I was going to say is I would keep that actual American idea in mind because you never know with I don't know how Google or whatever providers and stuff are like over in Europe, but you never know when they'll cave to the Article 13, Article 11 pressures to crush VPN ability. At least kind of like how China is.
Better than it now, yeah.
So don't give up creating, and if they do end up blocking VPN access, like Wolf was suggesting, try friends you've made through YouTube or Twitter in America. I think you're friends with like Stephanie B and stuff. And I'm sure Jeremy, if he got word of this, Jeremy would definitely do his part to help or plug you.
Or we will.
Yeah.
Or if all else, send it to me. I have no problem uploading it.
Thank you so much. It's good to know that that I have that. If I wake up someday and I have like 1 million copy rights strikes or something.
Don't worry. There are ways around it. It might be a little. Yeah. It might be a little bit of a dog leg, but I'm not that big of a channel. I'll put up your videos if I have to, or I'll set up a channel just for you. So you send it to me, and I'll upload it on your channel in the US.
Yeah, there's always sort of ways around it, but the main thing that I was sort of worrying about was, obviously at the moment, there's no point in me talking about partnership because I don't even have enough watch time hours. But at the same time, if in say a year's time my channel took off more and I decided to apply for monetization, etc., what I was sort of worried about was if I go online and get this thing where it kind of shows that it doesn't show up like where I'm from or whatever, I kind of just assumed that once I put my bank details in that something might sort of be stuck there and they might sort of think, what, like, where's she really from? Like, and then if I put down my address as Ireland, then they might then go through my stuff and try to copyright strike me. Like, that's where I was kind of concerned.
VPN, they're not going to be able to tell.
Yeah, but once, like when you're applying for like to become a YouTube partner, you have to fill in like all your address and everything. When I write Ireland,
for that might be a little touchy. I'd probably have to look at. Well, it's all going to depend on how the Irish do their laws, because right now it's just a directive. It's actually Ireland who has to, pass and ratify the laws to Irish, the Irish government to actually meet those directives. So until Ireland actually passes the laws, we're only guessing here. That's the thing.
It's just
directive passed. That's
I know.
one thing.
Another thing is
the laws. That's something completely different.
I know. I think YouTube. I mean, I know they really shouldn't have to do it, but I think really YouTube should sort of sit down once it's all sort of figured out, and they should really be making, you know, like 3-4 part videos and explaining, right, okay, right, if you're in the EU, you don't do this, you don't do that, just to make it really clear for everyone, because not everybody knows the facts right now. Not everybody knows what exactly is going on.
Yeah, I know. The problem is a lot of people don't know, and as Jeff Cullen says, a lot of the normies, they're going to wake up one day and like, wait a minute, I can't do half the stuff I used to do. I can't see half the videos I like to used to watch. What the hell's going on? And then they're going to realize, and it's going to be too damn late because the laws are already going to be in place. And it's a lot harder to repeal a law to stop than to stop a law in the first place.
Yeah. And like how stupid, like for example, if Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, right, say he's talking about Alita, right, the movie, and he's bringing up an article about it, that then means that that's going to be like that part I can't watch because I'm in the EU. That's ridiculous.
No, it'll block the entire video.
So that means I can't support Jeremy's channel as much then because I can't see his content because I live in a different place.
It'll be like sometimes in the United States, this content has been blocked by a certain user of certain content or blah, 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 blah. That's all. You'll see his video pop up. You go to click it. It's like, this has been content blocked in the.
She might be able to access his website though.
Oh, you'll still be able to do something like that, but being able to watch the videos there still might be. I mean, you might be able to do it for a while. If you can go through his website, but
yeah,
you'd wonder will they start maybe saying, "Oh, you can watch this, Julie, but you have to pay like."
It's funny how they're using copyright claiming and stuff like that to do censorship when the left used to fight against censorship.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Anything else on this?
You guys probably need to. All right, well, I need to pop off here because I'm about to pull into my receiver, so I will talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks for coming by, man.
Kaylin, no problem. Talking to you.
Yep, Kaylin posted your GoFundMe in the chat, man.
I can't right now. Just look for me on Twitter. I'll post it there.
I said Caitlin posted it in the chat for you. She already did.
Oh, she found it? Yep. Oh, yes. Thank you, Caitlin. I owe you one.
Yep. Have a good one, Wolf.
Yep.
All right. Yep. And she also posted the Geeks and Gamers website down below if you wanted to take a look at that if you don't already have that linked anywhere. Yeah, I'd say if anything, I think they post. I haven't taken a look at it. They might post clips or highlights of their videos, or at least have articles up there. I mean, that you'd at least be able to keep in touch with Geeks and Gamers a little bit.
It's going to be so sad though, because like, even there's a girl I watch and you call her Hey Fizz, and I love her channel.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, I've talked to her a few times. Yeah, she's cool.
And like, I mean, I've noticed in her videos sometimes like she'll bring up, you know, like a picture of Captain Marvel or whoever she's talking about. And it means then that if she keeps doing that, then it means I'm going to lose out, and I'm going to be so annoyed that I can't watch her videos. Do you know what I mean? It's sad.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
It's not good at all.
Very annoying.
I mean, what way will that work? Like the way, you know, Jeff was saying that the video will just be like, you will not be allowed to watch it. So does that mean I can't even send the link to show my support to Hey Fizz and go, here, check out my friend's new video? Like, what way will that work?
Oh, I don't know. I think it depends on like when she uploads the video. If in Ireland or all the other countries in the EU are like if they block it or not, they'd have to determine if it has. Well, no, I think you'd be able to watch it. I don't know if he's confused. He was talking about copyright and the links. I think you can still watch videos. I just don't think you can create your own videos. So.
Yeah,
but that makes more sense because otherwise that's literally restricting you from seeing other things. So no, I think you'd be able to still watch it and still be able to watch videos. I just don't think you'd be able to upload videos or use like references or links. Basically,
I hope so, because I honestly hope that I'm not going to suffer not being able to watch someone that I support just because they've shown a picture of Captain Marvel or something like that. Would be so unfair, you know.
Right. I think he might have been a little confused on that. I think because that wouldn't make any sense for the viewer to be blocked from somebody showing it. I mean,
I remember though, do you not remember at one stage on YouTube, I don't know whether it's still the same, but there was certain music videos or like music from certain countries that are blocked in certain countries? Because I can remember back when Justin Bieber was big and he was a thing, that apparently there's a whole thing going on and all these girls were like getting really annoyed because certain countries weren't allowed to get those songs. So you wonder, will it be like that? Like, you know, just blocked. Your country cannot watch this. I really hope not.
Again, I think it'll depend on the content of the video. Maybe
that was a really bad example.
I feel like if he's talking about, like, let's say Captain Marvel, I think you'd be fine. That's just a movie, and that's Brie Larson. But if he's talking about, well, see, I don't know. It depends on if. See, I don't know. I think that it should be fine. If it's a user in Ireland or in the EU that uploads something like that, though, then that might be different. That's hard to say. I don't know.
It's hard to know how it's all gonna
pan
out for us all, but I'm just scared I'm gonna wake up some morning and you know the way you have to have 3 copyright strikes to actually get your channel sort of completely wiped out. Well, where I sort of wonder is, but can they send you 3 copyright strikes all in the one day? You know, that's the kind of scary thing.
I'm not sure. I think they can, technically. If it's 3 different videos. If it's 3 different videos, I think they can.
And they don't even give you a heads up. Like, would it not be more, I know they don't have time to do it, but to me it would be much more better for a content creator for them to just say, okay, we'll send them out an email warning them, like, you have 24 hours to delete this video. I know, I suppose that would make it too easy for people, but you have 24 hours to delete this video. It contains copyright articles, yada yada, and then that helps the creator. But YouTube's not going to waste their time doing that. They're just going to go over something there that shouldn't be off, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we'll see it. So far, it's too early to tell what's going to happen. Yeah. If I were you, though, I mean, if there's certain videos on your channel that you really want to save, that you don't want to be gone or deleted, then maybe save them back to your computer if they're not already saved still.
That's the thing, yeah. Make sure.
That's what I'd say. So there's a lot of videos I made where I'm like, oh, man, if they deleted that, you know, I at least know that I have a backup on my computer or jump drive or somewhere else so that, you know, if they took it down from YouTube, it still exists.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to make sure just to kind of keep them. But I think it's a real pity for a lot of users for trailer reactions, because you know how YouTube always has its phases where something's really popular one year and then the next year something, you know, gaming, for example, in 2 years' time from now, I don't think is probably going to be as relevant as what it is now. And trailer reactions now are the thing at the moment. So it's such a pity that's probably going to be one of the main things that's going to probably hit me.
Oof, true. Very true. But I'm going to switch up the topic for a minute. I'm going to plug in my camera. Just one sec. Can you still hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. I turned on my camera. Mary V is in the chat right now. And what's funny is that I just, as I was streaming today, just got her package that she sent. So, camera's at a horrible angle. All right. Yeah, she. So we did a live stream a couple days ago, and she was for her 500 sub stream. She just reached 500 subs last week, and she did a little drawing thing, a giveaway. I won a little thing. So let's see. It is a copy of Return of the Jedi, one of the edited, or the one of the original cuts, the non-edited ones that you would have seen in the theater. So I've not seen that in my life. I've only seen the edited ones, the golden VHS version and the DVD ones in Blu-ray. So thank you, Mary V. I got your DVD. Thank you. I shall be watching that because I have not seen the unedited version of Return of the Jedi. Thank you very much. Yep, seeing she's in the chat. Yep, she's there. Caitlin, Cinna Dave, Hippy Dippy, Mr. Millennium, drawing for the fun of it, still here. What's up, guys? All right, that's it for the webcam. I hate my tripod. I have the Logitech Pro thing on, and it's like a very old tripod that I've used to death for filming.
Yeah, I've had one for ages, and I don't know why, but I got really angry with it one day, so I kind of like hit it against the ground, and part of it kind of broke. So you're kind of trying to balance your camera on it properly. That'll teach me.
Yep. Oh, Mary, I see the card in there. I didn't know if you wanted me to read that on air or nothing, but you let me know in the chat, and if so, then I'll read it in a little bit. But I'm going to show something. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek on my next tomato video before we talk about something else, because I have lots of stop motion for that. Let's see what's a good one. Did you see my sword fighting one with the tomatoes?
I did, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
the posters that you made on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, there's that here. I'll show you, because I'm not sure if you saw these, or is it with the Star Wars action figures and the tomatoes? See that one too?
Is this on Twitter or?
Oh, this is I haven't posted this video yet. This is a footage that I'm using for my next one.
Oh, right.
I've given some sneak peeks on other people's live streams, like on John Talks and stuff. Let's see. Oh, she just said, I want to make sure you knew it was there. Yep, I got it, Mary. I'll read that in a little bit. What's up, Raymond Hengold, or Hengehold? I always get his last name. I'm just going to call you Ray, because that's a lot easier for me on the tongue. Ray, can you put in your description, or can you put in the chat the description of the film that you're working on? He's in China or Japan, I think. I always forget. And he and his wife are working. I don't know if it's he and his wife and other people. They're working on like a Star Wars type of film over there, Star Wars-esque, but it's a different thing, a different pitch. And he's gonna bring that up in just a sec. But yeah, do you see the screen with the?
Yeah.
The guys, yeah. So there's no context to this, so I'm not giving away spoilers. It's just out of context and stop motion going.
Brilliant.
With these guys, this is actually easier when they're on a counter. Doing them on the floor or something is like really tedious. Today I was doing one on the porch, and I'm like going back, and I have to get out of the frame and then move it. It's like, oh my gosh, it just goes crazy.
Oh my goodness. I gotta ask you, do you like? What do you think of Jar Jar Binks?
I know he's annoying as hell, and I don't like him, but I love the Gungan race. He's annoying as an individual, but I like the other Gungans. They seem like, I like their underwater city. Like, I thought that looked pretty cool. The idea of the underwater city, the way that they can jump really high and do all that stuff, and they have their weird bombs as weapons. I don't know. I think they're kind of interesting race.
Yeah, a lot of people would probably come after me, but like, I'm sorry. I like Jar Jar Binks, and I'll explain. Because to me, it's just, I went to see the film when I was really young, and it's sort of like nostalgia for me. And I thought he was really cute back then when I was younger. So I kind of still think he's kind of cute looking, if that sounds weird, but I don't have an issue with him. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, I think people just don't like how he goes, "Whoa, we saw the dupita. Oh no, I mean, no, quite gone. Whoa, we saw dupa big doo doo." Like they.
Yeah,
hearing that in the Star Wars movies, kind of like,
I know what you mean.
What are you doing? Stop.
Yeah. But then again, if I hadn't been so young when I watched it in the cinema, like maybe if I watched it, if it was out now, I'd probably be like, "What is wrong with this dude? Like, go away." But probably because, like, when you really like something when you're younger and it kind of stays with you.
Oh yeah, the nostalgia.
So he kind of stayed with me.
That's nostalgia, definitely.
Yeah,
that's that feeling.
People are going to be like, "Jilly, I'm unsubscribing to your channel now. I can't believe you just said that."
Yeah. I gotcha. But yeah, so Raymond in the chat, yeah, he says he's the director of the film that he's working on. Well, yeah, Raymond, put your pitch in the chat again. I should have it on hold myself for when you come in. I can just post that in there whenever you drop by. But yeah, for new people that don't know about your idea, it's a pretty cool idea. So if you want to pitch that, go ahead. And yeah, I'm gonna have a picture of Brie Larson right here with that they're praying to, that they're bowing to, because they worship Brie Larson.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Which is funny. Now, my Rotten Tomatoes skits have a lot to do with Brie Larson. I'm gonna put her face, like a cutout of her face, on one of the tomatoes at some point for a different shot.
Try and get one where it's just like really, really sour looking and really annoyed. Like that won't be hard to do. But
I will. I'll do a different screenshot of one that she doesn't already have, and just go to town with that because that's too simple. That is way too easy.
Oh gosh.
And then I'm gonna use sound bites from her and other people. So there's I'll play one from Bree. Do you hear that?
Can't hear anything at the minute.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You guys can't hear it from here. Whenever I'm a guest, people can hear it. So I'll just save those for later. You guys don't need to hear all the sound bites. Yeah, I'm using sound bites I took from Doomclock, John Talks, Josiah, Jeremy, Anna, and like I'm gonna crop their heads out again and put that over mine, and then play their sound bites. So it's as if they're in the scene talking to the tomatoes.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Yeah, I did that in my last one. And everybody seemed to love that. That's my second highest viewed video.
Wow.
It's the tomato one.
It's a rotten tomato.
Oh yes, everybody loves it. So now I'm making it a drama now. In my next one, it's like really dramatic and like somber to start, and it's like from the tomatoes' perspective a little.
Oh,
it's like
when
no.
When are you bringing the next one out?
I kept on saying Thursday, but that'd be tomorrow for me, and I still have so much to do. And Friday would be a stretch because of all the editing. The editing is the hardest part because already I've taken over like 1,500 pictures.
Wow.
And have to put them together, and then some video and audio clips and just other things I'm trying to put over it. And it just takes a lot more time. So I'm just going to say this weekend, it should all be done by like Sunday evening, my time. It should be fully completed, but hopefully before that.
Well,
I'm gonna try to. I should be able to finish all of the filming tomorrow, and the destruction of the rest of the tomatoes. I have like 20 tomatoes in my refrigerator just for me to destroy them. So that is their purpose in life, basically. Anomaly Inc. is here. What's up, buddy? He makes some good content down there. Mr. Millennium says, I know I just got here, guys, but I have to leave and do errands. I'm really sorry, but hopefully I'll catch the stream before it ends. Yeah, maybe. How much longer are you good to go for, Julie?
How long do you want to stay on?
I would say at least like a half hour tops.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
All right, perfect. I try to keep these under 2 hours. That seems to be a better rewatchability for people.
Yeah, it's so awesome that people are still here from earlier.
Oh, I know. Seriously.
I haven't got fed up with it yet.
What was that?
They haven't got fed up with us talking yet.
No. They love to hear me whine and stuff. But if you don't know this, I have not seen a bunch of movies that everybody else has. Like I posted a video where I talk about 90 popular movies I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen any of the Alien movies.
Wow.
I haven't seen those.
Me too, Geoff. Seriously, they're amazing.
Yeah, I've not seen those. I haven't seen The Matrix. I just watched Jaws for the first time and Jaws 2 like a month ago. You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen Jaws in ages, but you know what? I have a fear of it. I'll tell you really quickly.
Sure.
I was in Florida, right? Orlando, Florida when I was 10, right? And there was this ride thing, and you went on this big boat in a bit of water. And I think it was in like Disneyland or Disney World or something like that. And it was this big, massive shark. Obviously, it wasn't real, but the 10-year-old, that wasn't what I thought. And we were going along in the boat, and the boat started really shaking, and it tipped over to the right. And then this big shark jumped up right beside me, hit into my shoulder, and there was like blood, a tiny wee bit of blood like coming out of its teeth. Oh. And I thought I was going to die of a heart attack. I ran across to the other side of the boat and screamed and cried for like 10 minutes.
Oh no!
I wanted to jump out of the boat. So yeah, I'm not watching Jaws again.
Okay.
But, yeah. What other?
You have good reason.
I have good reason. I can't believe you haven't seen The Matrix. Like, wow.
I haven't seen The Matrix. I just saw Kill Bill 1 and 2 recently as well. I just saw them.
What did you think?
Those were great. Those were really good.
Oh, I love them.
A lot of people talk a lot of movies up, and sometimes it's way overhyped. Like, I liked Inglourious Bastards, but I didn't love it like everyone else always does. There's two scenes in Inglourious Bastards that I do love. It's a World War II setting. Christoph Waltz is the main bad guy in it, and there's like two fantastic scenes that by themselves are like 10 out of 10 perfect, could not be done better. But then the rest of the movie, I'm kind of like, I don't see why this is so well liked.
Is that not the guy that was in Alita Battle Angel, Christoph Waltz? I don't know if you've
yes, that's the guy, the doctor.
Yeah.
Yep. He's usually good at playing a good villain, pretty much.
I haven't seen that. What was the film called again?
Well, I don't remember his name, but the actor was Christoph Waltz. I don't remember what his name in the movie was.
Oh no, the movie. Sorry, the movie you said.
It was Inglourious Bastards.
Inglorious. Haven't seen that now.
Yeah, that's I think that's the same director as the guy who did Kill Bill, I think.
Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. I don't remember all that stuff.
No, Kill Bill's funny, but the fighting scenes are absolutely amazing, and I love the music and all, and it's good.
It's very good, and it's wacky in some ways, like when she fights the whole bunch of guys. But then thinking about it, when it got to the end of the fight, when she had that one guy that's all scared, and then she spanks him real quick, it made me think. So that's how I see all those other warriors. None of them really know how to fight. They're all just kind of young or naive or don't have any actual skills with the sword. So that's why she's able to so easily beat them. Because if they only like 2 or 3 of them knew how to use a sword that could fight her one-on-one for a little bit. The rest were all just kind of flinging at her and getting her limbs all chopped off. So they're all novices. So that's why she's able to beat all of them.
So it was so funny because they kept on like coming toward her, and she was just looking at them like love. Don't even try it, sort of thing.
Exactly. She's like, I am above you. I am God. You guys are peasants. I will smash. It's just, there's that. And my next ones I'm going to watch are Pulp Fiction and John Wick. And then I'll try to get to the Alien series. Everybody really wants my opinion on that because I haven't seen any of them. I've seen the Predator ones. I've seen Alien versus Predator, but I've not sat down and watched any of the original Alien movies.
Yeah. I really enjoy them anyway. Like the lead character, she is absolutely amazing. The girl that plays Ripley, she is absolutely amazing. When you look
Sigourney Weaver, she's great.
Such a hero, honestly. And then when you look at the likes of her and like Sarah Connor from Terminator, you sort of go to yourself, that's what a female hero should be like, not freaking Brie what's her face, you know what I mean? Brie Larson. But John Wick, what I will say to you is the first one's good, but the second one's even better. Like the fight scenes.
That's even better? Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, sequels usually aren't better than the originals. That's pretty good. Wow.
Well, in my opinion, you'll know why when you watch the first one, but the second one to me, the fight scenes and everything were just it's more like sort of like QVC sort of fighting, but the work he would have put into that movie, apparently, now I don't know for sure, but apparently I was told that the movie that he made from the first movie, I think he put about, was it 30 million or whatever it was that he made or whatever, he put in to the second movie. So he pretty much gave the money back and said, look, use this and we'll make a second one even better than the first one. So say if he did that, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool of Kenny Reeves.
That's recycling done right.
Exactly. Have you seen Bill and Ted? I have to ask. Have you seen
yes, I grew up with that. I love Bill and Ted. I love both the ones. I love that big time.
And did you hear that there's another one coming out next year?
Yeah, I heard. I don't know what I'll think about it because everything that comes out now is so hard to tell if it's going to be good or not. If Keanu Reeves has a good amount of control with it, then I'm more trusting. If he doesn't, I don't know. Depends on the director, maybe.
That dude never ages. What is his skincare regime? I want to know because he doesn't look that much older. Really, let's face it, from many, many, many years ago.
Yeah,
he doesn't age.
Well, and what's funny because they're Bill and Ted time travel, so they could have some type of good premise for the way they look and what they're doing in the next one. If nothing happened.
Oh my goodness! Oh, they're such a laugh. Like they're so funny.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, they're good. And then yeah, there's so many that I still need to watch. But yeah, so I'll be posting on Twitter movies that I'm gonna watch soon, and then I'll invite people to come on for watch parties.
Yeah.
For certain ones, if there's like a certain film that you really really like, then maybe you want to come on and
Cool.
talk with it also, and then see my reactions to watching it for the first time. So
oh, that'd be cool. And any ones that you don't do that, you should do like a movie review.
Yeah, I could do that too. I haven't thought about it like that. I'll probably do ones where I don't script it out then, because the ones that I script out take a little longer. But for the new ones that I haven't seen, I'll just watch it and then just give my opinion right there. It's like, okay, so I just watched it and here's my thoughts.
I know, because like, see, sometimes like when you're doing that, like a trailer reaction or whatever, you don't really sort of think of sometimes like what you want to say so much. There's sometimes I do trailer reactions and I just like go at the end, so yeah guys, and you almost don't know what to say, but then see an hour later when you re-watch the trailer, you're like, Julie, there's like so many things that you could have said there, but you know, it's hard in the moment to kind of think, what do I want to say? You know?
True. But if you're not live, like right now, then you could at least edit it. So you're like, okay, so this is what I think, guys. And if you have like a long,
that's a good idea.
then you could cut that out and just go, hey, what do I think, guys? And so I think blah blah blah, and then just cut it so it looks like you're doing that, or you could put it.
Good idea.
Yeah, or if you could throw an image up, then there's that too. But who knows?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, you have so many good movies to watch. The Matrix, oh my goodness, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there's other. I haven't seen what?
Have you seen a movie called Point Break?
Point Break. I don't think so.
Put that on your list. Keanu Reeves, put that on your list. The best summer film, honestly. It's my boyfriend's favorite. Like, he showed me it. He's had it on DVD for years, but the first time I sat down and watched it was about 5 summers ago. And every summer, I'm even saying before him, like, it's his summer movie. He cannot go by a summer without me watching it. And I'm like, I want to watch Point Break. And he's like, no, not yet. It's not summery enough yet.
All right. Well, that's definitely one that I'll have to watch down the line. What was that?
Patrick Swayze is in it as well. He's one of the characters.
Oh, yeah. That should be all right. Yeah, there's anyway, we can get back to the list later. There's I'll post it on Twitter because I made a YouTube video about it, but then I'll just post the movies I haven't seen on Twitter too, so everybody can read. Oh my gosh, so this guy, how can he be a critic? I don't know. No. It's like I only put critic in my name because I just that relates to film, and I just mostly am trying to learn about editing and filming. So
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's probably movies that you could say to me, have you seen these 10 movies? And I might have only seen 1 or 2 of them, and you might think, oh my gosh, she hasn't seen that movie. Whereas I'm sitting here thinking, wow, he hasn't seen The Matrix, but like, you could say to me,
That's a good point, because that's actually the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be watching all these movies that everybody else has seen, but I also have the main movies I'm going to review on my channel will be ones that nobody has seen, like Deep in the Valley, one that I talked about before, where it's like it's Chris Pratt, like in 2009 before he was super famous, and
I haven't seen it.
And it's really weird. I don't know if it's up your alley. It's a comedy. Like if you ever heard of American,
I like myself. So I love myself some cheesy comedy.
If you ever watched American Pie or heard of it, it's like it's less than that. It's not even as bad as that.
I love American Pie. It's awesome.
It's like the premise is basically it's Bill. They go into a universe Bill and Ted style, but it's.
Cool.
It's just kind of crazy. You'll have to see my review when I post it. Just see if you.
I wonder, is that on the app? I have an app called Showbox where you can watch movies. I wonder, is it on there? I would love to watch that. That sounds something I would totally watch.
I don't know. It used to be on Netflix streaming, but then it's not now. This is like in 2011 when it was, but it is on Amazon Prime for free if you have it, and it's $6 on DVD on Amazon.
I would buy it on Amazon. I love Amazon. I don't have Netflix at the minute. In the last house I lived in, it's probably going to sound really bad, but my uncle bought like this code off eBay, right? And it's like a code where you pay like £5 or something like that, which is probably like, I don't know how many dollars, but probably about $8 or something like that. And then you just type the code in, and then you can just get Netflix for free. But sometimes what would have happened is 6 months later, it just turned off, and you had to buy another code. But they don't do them anymore. So yeah, I don't have Netflix at the minute.
I gotcha. Well, that's all right. There's also other ones like Tampopo.
What's that?
That's, I think, an Asian or Japanese or Chinese. I don't remember what region it is. It's a foreign film to Americans anyway, and nobody has really seen it. Not many people have seen it. This one is another comedy, but it's about noodles. It's just about noodles. And it's weirder than like I had to watch it for my cinema class, and I was like, why are we watching this? But the more we're watching, the more funny it is. There's like elegant ladies trying to learn how to use chopsticks and eating noodles properly, and meanwhile there's this fat guy in the corner just, and it's just the whole movie. This housewife is like cooking for her family, and she's like pale. She's pale in the face. She looks like she's dying. Her family's just sitting on the floor waiting to get their dinner. She gives them the plates, and then she just dies on the floor. And they're like, "Oh, quick!" Like, "Oh, well, eat this quick. This was her last meal. Quick, quick!" It's just like this very bizarre comedy. So I'm going to come at everybody else with these ones that nobody's heard of. And that'll be
and then they'll be like, yeah, I haven't seen those. Have you ever seen, by any chance, Evil Dead?
I think I've seen part of the
really
third.
Old.
I think I've seen part of the third one, the where there's like the skeleton army battle and like the little clones that attack him. I think I've seen some of that on TV before, but that's the only parts I've seen, and I have not seen them all the way.
They did a series of it. And it was like sort of like, I think it was like a year or two ago, maybe more than that. And it was even better. It was really like slap chip. Can't even speak now. Slap cheek. Sorry guys, it's like 10 to 11 at night here. Sort of like like cheesy comedy, and he calls himself Assy Slashy and all that. But I love all that sort of like cheesy comedy, and like I don't know if you've ever seen Monty Python or like The Life of Brian.
Yeah.
Or anything like
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I love that movie.
So funny.
Coconuts. I love that so much.
It is absolutely hilarious. I'd never seen them before. My boyfriend was sitting watching them one day, and he says, I don't know whether you like this or not. Like, and I sat and went, what are you talking about? That was absolutely classic. That was so funny. You must cut this up with a herring and bring it to me. Yes.
Bring us a shrubbery. The dramatic music. I think my favorite part's when he fights the Black Knight. And he's just like, oh, all right, come on, you pansy. And he's like, he cuts his arm off. He's like, all right, I win. No, you don't. Let's go. Come on, you pansy. I'll bite your legs off. Love
Their
it.
voices absolutely crack me up. And I'm laughing here at Black Angus reviews what he's wrote.
Oh, yeah. Well,
talking about American Pie.
That was Deep in the Valley. So Deep in the Valley is like Chris Pratt and a buddy get a porn booth, a vintage porn booth, and then they like they travel to like a porn universe, kind of like Bill and Ted. And but the people that live in that universe act like an exaggerated version of like fantasies or something. So there's like a sorority house and like a weird police office and whatnot. There's actually not that much nudity or sexual stuff. It's just some curse words here and there, and some women are topless, and that's pretty much the only sexual stuff in it. But it's like just these two guys trying to get out of this universe, and they're trying to talk to the women, but somehow they're not able to do stuff. And like his friend is about to get married, and this guy is just wasting his life doing stuff. So it's a interesting one. Kim Kardashian is in it. Tracy Morgan's in it. Denise Richards is in it. There's a lot of people that are in it. Nobody. Oh my God! It's such a bizarre one that nobody knows. It's a bizarre little treat. It's pretty short. It's a little funny. It's not like hilarious, haha. But if you like American Pie, I feel like this is a less raunchy American Pie. But it's just got a funny premise with Chris Pratt. It's Chris Pratt before he was famous and everybody knows him, like before Star-Lord. You just go, oh.
I definitely must try and get a hold of that on on Amazon if it's only like six quid. Like absolutely. I just assumed that he was talking about American Pie.
Yeah, well, that's basically that's more of a porn movie than Deep in the Valley, even though the premise is different. But yeah,
Stifler's my favorite. He is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, like I liked American Pie when I was in middle school and high school, but at some point, I just like if I were to watch it now, I couldn't.
It's not as funny.
I'd just be like, yeah, I know, I get it, but I'm not laughing. Like
100%. It's not. It's more like it's more for between the age of 16 to 19, and then after that, it's okay to have on in the background to kind of laugh and have nostalgia, but it's not what when you were 16, you'd have been sore with your stomach laughing.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like, oh, yep, I get it. But now I'm past the age where that would be considered laughable. And it's just like, yeah, it was there. All right.
100%.
And also the fact that they've made so many now and so many comedies like that it's just kind of numb.
Absolutely. It's kind of, yeah, we've seen that there. Bought the t-shirt. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But let's talk about some upcoming films. Are you looking forward to like Hellboy or Detective Pikachu, any of those?
Detective Pikachu, that's Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of looked cute in the trailer that I watched, but I don't 100% know. Apart from him looking really adorable, I don't know if it would be my kind of thing personally. But Hellboy, actually, yes. But I will be honest and admit that when I did my first trailer reaction, I was not a happy puppy. I'm like, what are you doing? You should have just kept Ron Perlman and did another film and ended there. You cannot replace Ron Perlman.
I agree.
But then I thought to myself, second trailer came out. Oh, okay, this actually looks like you've actually fixed the shitty looking CGI. And then they're bringing out like wee small clips of Hellboy. And you know what? It's looking pretty good, to be honest, visual wise. Will it be as good as Hellboy or Hellboy Golden Army? Probably won't. Probably not. But I still think it's worth the money to go and see it. And David Harbour, I think they couldn't have picked a better guy. He's fantastic. I love him in Stranger Things. And I think if it's going to be pulled out of the park, it's going to be him that's going to sort of bring it all together, in my opinion. I think if they had picked somebody else, I wouldn't have been interested. But yeah, I kind of think they've won me over with the last couple of trailers.
Yeah, I feel like if they can get us to like the new Hellboy character, then we'll be okay. Because I mean, I liked it too. Ron Perlman being it. It's like nobody else can just talk as chill as him, but sound as manly. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, and just sounds freaking awesome every time he does it. He's like, yeah, he just walks up to every monster, doesn't even have his guard up at all. Just struts up to him. Hey, I'm gonna fight you now. Okay. It's like,
I know. I feel bad for him because he did a video. I'm trying to remember the name of the it's like a company on YouTube. I can't remember, but he was basically on like a radio interview saying that it's kind of like an open wound still to him even now because he doesn't really not so much want someone else to play the part, but it kind of still hurts him the fact that he didn't get the gig again, sort of thing. And yeah, it is going to be a bit sort of weird to get used to, but I think if I'm going to go in and watch it, I'm going to have to say to myself, I'm going to have to just pretend, that, it's okay. Ron Perlman didn't get it sort of thing. Because if I go in there thinking, oh, he's not going to be as good as Ron Perlman, then I'm probably going to be sitting judging the guy, the whole way through the movie. But I think one positive would be, I just found out there a few days ago that Dave Harbour, who's playing Hellboy, actually said that he really, really read through Mike Mignola's comics of Hellboy. So that could be a plus because, he's probably really got into the character. So I think that's probably a good sign, that he actually has interest in the film and the person he's actually playing.
Yeah, I agree. That should hopefully help it big time. And he looked based on the trailer, it looks like it's going to be pretty like a fun film. It looks kind of Marvel-esque-ish, but hopefully it won't be the same. Like it'll be
yeah.
I think Hellboy is supposed to have a little bit of dark along with some well-placed humor that isn't quips. Like humor that isn't, hey, what's you doing over here? Like, it's actually something happens and then it's funny rather than.
Yeah, I really hope he gets the comedy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I hope he nails it.
Yep, and that comes out, I think, on the 12th.
Yep, the 12th of April. Yeah.
Are you looking forward to any of the X-Men movies? The X-Men Dark Phoenix coming out June 7th.
Yeah, I actually think it looked good. So I am going to go and see it. I mean, I'm not like, oh, I can't wait sort of thing, but I'm definitely happy enough to go and see it because the trailer did convince me to go and see it.
Okay, that's good. I think I don't know. I'm kind of done with the new X-Men movies. To be honest, I never really got into the newer ones.
Yeah, I didn't really like I'll say this. Logan was very good. It was a very, very good movie. Probably give it a bit of, I don't know, like a 6.5 out of 10 or something like that. But, and a lot of people probably hate me for this because when I say this, people are like, oh my gosh, how can you not like Logan? But if you compare Logan to X-Men First Class, sorry, but can't kind of compare the two. They're like, X-Men First Class is way better, but that's only my opinion. But having said that, I did still enjoy it, and I think as Dark Phoenix looks good, but I'm not really the biggest X-Men fan, if that makes sense. Like, I would prefer to watch a Marvel movie or watch a Star Wars movie or watch a comedy or whatever. Like, I wouldn't go nuts to see it. But
yeah, X-Men's like what you settle on if you're surfing the channels for a while on TV and you go, oh, X-Men's playing. Okay. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I mean, and with Logan, I liked Logan also. I think it's good, but it's not as good as the hype, I would say.
Absolutely. Everybody's like, wow.
The only way it works is because we know Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart and as those characters for 20 years. And that's pretty much the main thing that we got going for it. And then, yeah, some of the stuff with the kid actress, she was really good for a kid actress. She could have been way worse, but she was really well.
Yeah, I thought she was good. I did think she was good, but I just kind of thought at times it was getting a wee bit sort of dopey or something. Maybe that's just me, but I kind of had that sort of feeling.
Yeah, well, Logan got knocked out like 20 times.
Yep.
He fell asleep like 20 times in the film. Like, it's kind of weird. That's how they changed every scene. As he gets knocked out and wakes up somewhere. It's like,
yeah,
right.
it was good. It was watchable, but nothing to sort of like talk about and go, wow, that movie I watched last night, oh my goodness, it was out of this world. Whereas that's the way people were getting on, and it's like you say, it was hyped so much.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how I feel like also with Alita Battle Angel. Like, I had no expectations for it, and everybody said it was the best thing ever. So great, so good. I liked it, but I wouldn't say it's like super fantastic personally. It just, I think when it's being released so close to Captain Marvel, like, people are going to gravitate to Alita because we don't like what Brie Larson's saying and give Alita more points for it. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I liked it. I think it was great. She is a great character, excellent character. But, the world building wasn't that great. The effects, on her, the effects on her are great, but on everyone else looked kind of jarring to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, but
I know.
But oh well.
Even looking at the trailers, I thought to myself, this looks like trash. It doesn't look like, the way when you watch a trailer of a Marvel movie, you say to yourself, this looks like a Marvel movie, but I didn't get that. I wasn't getting that from any of the Captain Marvel trailers, and I just went,
yeah,
no, this isn't Marvel. This is something else. Like, what is this rubbish?
It looked so bizarre, and they could have done some cool stuff with her character. I think it would have been smarter to have her come in like during or after Infinity War as far as her character, but not her powers. Like, her powers could have came later, and that'd be fine. Like, then you'd see her literally go from what she was to where she is, rather than show flashbacks of her getting up and down or something, like how they show it. Just, I don't know. There's ways they could execute it, but they didn't do it very well.
Just the whole thing's crazy to me because you can't just, no offense, but you'd almost love to go to her as one of the other Avengers. You can't just show up, love. Like, she comes along, does a movie, and then 4 weeks later, a movie that's been building up for over 10 years gets released, and goodness knows, she could actually defeat Thanos. Like, if that happens, I will actually walk out of the cinema and ask for my money back.
They won't do that.
I hope not.
I have full faith in them that I know that they will not do that. And
in this world, Geoff, you never know. You never know.
The way that people market her and the way that the media talks about her and people on Twitter, they are talking her up so much. But let's look at the base value. She is not going to be in this that much. I don't think so. Like, we haven't seen evidence of her being in it in a huge way. I'm hoping that she's, off to the side, kind of just she's there, but that's fine. And if she does try to take him one-on-one, what I would want is for her to get her ass kicked, because
in the opening credits.
Let's say that she is more powerful than Thanos. Let's just say that she is more powerful, but he's been around way longer. He is way more experienced. I would think that he'd be able to, easily outmaneuver her with his skill and knock her down. Like, you have more power, good for you. I have more experience in agility, so you're nothing.
Do you know what, Geoff? I honestly, I'm just sitting here envisioning. Right, you go into a cinema and you sit down, right, and you're like waiting on it to start, and you start eating your popcorn, drinking your Coke or whatever, and the opening credits come on, right, and the first thing that you see is Thanos maybe standing, I don't know, on top of somewhere like a cliff or something, I don't know, and he just has her just like holding her up and hanging her over, like, as like the way he did with Gamora, and just gets her and goes, "Goodbye, peasant," and just throws her. And then her neck like snaps or something, and then the movie starts. Oh my goodness, I would applaud for that. I really would love for that to happen.
better than that. Having her drag her by her head, dragging her by her head, like how he kind of did with Thor at the beginning.
Yes,
the other one.
Yes, drag her along, like.
and then choke her like Loki, and then throw her.
Oh, I was so sad. I missed Loki. Like, I almost cried.
Yeah,
I love Loki. It's my favorite film.
What if he comes back in a future movie? Will that have affected? Will that be good or bad?
Back in the future, I want him to come back. I just love Loki. He's like he's such a wee bugger. I don't know if you use that word in America. Like, he's a bugger.
Some people use that. Yeah, some people.
Oh, right, okay. Because sometimes when I'm talking, I'm like, would he understand this word? Like, because some things we use as slang, like. Yeah,
well, keep in mind that because of YouTube and Twitter, like, it's pretty much international, like, with who we interact with. So even if it's not common in like our own town per se, like, we hear that talk on Twitter and YouTube sometimes.
Oh, so you get me anyway.
So you get it. So, like, I've learned a lot of phrases and words and like time zones big time because of YouTube. Like, I know Germany and Africa and Australia for a lot of time zones and where I am to where they are, so I can schedule streams. That's just comes with it. Comes with the job. But
that's okay.
We'll be closing up here pretty soon, but I'm going to address the chat real quick. Raymond says, "I'm making massive Star Wars projects in the future. Purple Lightsaber of Darkness is 12 episodes, 10 minutes each. A young Japanese Jedi named Katana must betray the Japanese Jedi Temple." How does that sound, Jilly?
Oh, sorry. Could you say that again? Sorry.
That's okay. So he says that he's working on a lot of Star Wars projects in the future. He's that guy that I said is working on a Star Wars film in Japan.
Oh, yeah, cool.
He says Purple Lightsaber of Darkness is 12 episodes, 10 minutes each. Wow. And episode 1 is a young Japanese Jedi named Katana must betray the Japanese Jedi Temple. She goes to the temple with Dark Jedi and attacks Japanese temple. She is tricked into believing things that are not true and tricked into thinking that the Jedi are her enemy. And I think he said, I've seen him describe this in other chats, and it's like, he said to think of like a female Anakin, but done really well.
Oh, cool.
Basically his description. Awesome. So that
sounds awesome. Sorry, it was just my dad was trying to ring me there, and I was like trying to like.
That's okay.
Stop it, so I wasn't distracted. It was kept vibrating. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But man, I feel like we can talk forever about movies and stuff, but it's been just about 2 hours. You know, if you want to join some future streams in the future, I mean, feel free. I mean, now that you now that you've gotten the hang of it a little bit, how to receive the call.
Yeah, I know now.
Then because a lot of us in the community stream a lot, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Josiah Noden and them will invite you on from time to time. You know, me, Black Angus, Flipp Doubt. There's a lot of people. Mary, even a lot of us will invite people all the time. We like getting other voices that we don't hear as often in. So that'd be. And we always talk about film is usually a thing, and other stuff. Sometimes we have new games. Just
awesome.
Chill. So. Yeah, that'd be cool. But if there's anything you want to plug or any last minute things you want to say or a topic to discuss, feel free. Any upcoming projects you're trying to work on, you want to tell some people, give a little insight. If you want to sing a little bit because you have an awesome voice, you can become some bars.
You know what? I'm wondering how bad it would actually sound through my crappy headphones is the problem.
I think you'd have to like tone it down a little bit, like, you know, just not be as loud in it, because otherwise it would it could have that vibration bass or something. It's like,
I know that's the thing.
Yeah, but if anything, they can go check out your singing on your channel if they want to hear that. So there's that. But
Yes.
do you have any projects or anything that you're working on?
Well, I might at some point put a couple of original songs up, and even at Christmas, I don't know, but I might even put like a couple of Christmassy songs up. I could maybe even write a Christmas song, because the way this whole EU thing's going, you know, you don't sing someone else's Christmas song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yes, I have a collaboration that's going to be coming up probably, hopefully by the weekend. I should have it edited and up with Hey Viv. It's going to be, we did like a video there about a couple of months ago talking about why Luke Skywalker is such an important character in Star Wars, and we're going to be doing, this time round, it's going to basically be female characters of DC and Star Wars. So I'm going to be talking about why Princess Leia is such a strong female heroic character, and she's going to be talking about Wonder Woman. So that should hopefully be coming out by Saturday or Sunday this weekend.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
So yeah, she's cool to work with. Like, you know, she's really easy to get on with, and you know, it's a lot of fun doing collaborations and stuff. So she's happy enough to sort of do a couple of videos here and there with me, you know. So it's good to sort of do that, to give people something sort of different on the channel rather than looking at my face every day.
Oh, I know what you mean. I if you know my channel at all, I'm all about collaborating. I do projects with everybody all the time. And that was actually when you and I first spoke, was for the collaboration for Ivan or Jeremy's birthday.
Jeremy's birthday. Yep.
That's how I reel some people in too, that don't know how to do some things that haven't been collaborated with. I'm like, okay, I'll do the birthday one, and then we already got this step down. So in the future, when we do collaborations, it'll be simpler. They'll get the process and know the emails, and it's like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's great to collaborate with other people, you know, and to sort of become friends with people that are interested in the same things that you're interested in, because I don't actually really know. Sorry, my headphones fell out there. Sorry about that. I don't really actually know anybody that really sort of is really into the stuff that I would sort of be into. So, you know, it's great to sort of, since I've been on YouTube, be able to speak to people that actually are interested in Star Wars and are interested in that sort of thing, you know.
Oh, heck yeah. That's pretty much what this is all about. That's what this community is.
Yeah.
It seems to be. The Fandom Menace has grown beyond just Star Wars. I feel like it's, you know, gone into pop culture in general, and covers, you know, comics and Marvel and other gaming, and just a whole bunch of other avenues. So
I know, it's great.
It's forever growing. But I think we just about reached the 2-hour mark. That's about it for this episode. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming on by. Again, you want to say goodbye? Any last things?
Yeah, just want to say thanks very much to yourself for having me on, and I really appreciate all the, you know, the help that you've given me and support and everything on my channel. And thanks to all your lovely people that are watching, and of course there's people here that are subscribers of mine as well. So thanks very much for listening to myself and Geoff. We both really appreciate it, and I would love to come on your channel anytime and join you again. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, no problem. We're definitely going to do that in the future. I actually had 7 things written down here, and we only talked about like 2. So
that's probably my fault.
No, that's okay. I'm a chatterbox as well. Usually I have the room filled with at least 3 or 4 other panelists, but you know, I was like, I'm actually going to keep it low this time, just to see. And I'm like, okay, this is better. There's a lot less. There's a lot less talking over each other, so that's good. But
yeah, there's sometimes I'm on like certain channels, and you'll hear there's maybe sometimes like 7 or maybe 10 people, and every time someone's speaking, you just hear like 4 other people talking, and you're like, whoa, I can't listen. I can't hear what people are saying.
Yeah, it's not a fun.
You know, it's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not as fun to listen to when you can't really understand what is being said by anyone and who's saying what. It's just like, oh, there's voices. Yep, I hear voices and noises. That's
you keep seeing the the profile pictures changing like by the millisecond, and you're just like, wow, all these people are talking at the same time.
Right. All right. Well, have a good day, guys. I shall be back. Hopefully this weekend I might have a watch party. I'm not sure if I end up watching Pulp Fiction, then I'll have a watch party this week. But that's it. See you around. All right. And that is